I'm Brian Martin, and I am the author of Eternity is the E in Love, Experiencing Meaning and Change the World with the Power of Love. And today I'm reading pages 44 through 49 in the chapter called The Gift of Years. I think you'll like this. My book is available on Amazon, and the link is provided right there, or right there. Maybe it's down there. The Gift of Years. The gift of years is both a body and a brain gift. It's a body gift in that for most people, the body is an incredible, self-sustaining organism. It never ceases to amaze me how our bodies self-heal in ways that we never realize. In fact, we're largely unaware of all of the amazing things that our body does for us. Most often, we're unaware of the body's self-caring, rejuvenating activities. We are so accustomed to and expecting recovery from virtually every illness, injury, and disease that when something does go wrong, we're flabbergasted. This is a relatively recent expectation. Life expectancy has increased significantly with the advances in medicine and our health consciousness. Ironically, a world epidemic of obesity has led to diabetes, heart disease, and premature death for millions of people, lowering life expectancy in the world. And we know how to fix that. Infant, child, and maternal mortality is way down in most countries compared to life a few hundred years ago. According to Wikipedia, life expectancy at birth was 26 years in the Bronze and the Iron Age. Still, there are places where it is as low as 40 years. Life expectancy in the United States for women rose from 48.3 years in 1900 to 79.5 years in 1998. And I list the source for that in the book. That's a 31.2 extra year difference. 31.2 extra years of life. Isn't that amazing? My question is, what will you do with the gift of 31.2 extra years? How will you find meaning for life? The children are grown and launched. Your gift of innovation has become self-sustaining. What will provide you with meaning and significance for the next 31.2 years? Sadly, many people choose to retire. I say sadly because retirement is a huge waste of gifts and skills and talents and tools that have been developed over decades, are mature and able to actually help the world. When I hear people say that they're retired now and they now live a life of much deserved leisure, it momentarily takes my breath away, like I just witnessed a great human tragedy. When I hear, I'm so busy now doing things around the house and running errands, I don't know how I ever got anything done when I was working, I think to myself, may I never lose the wonderful gift of innovation. And when I hear, but now I can do things I've always wanted to do, travel, take up painting, and sleep in when I want to, please, what a waste. For many people, retirement has become an entitlement. I worked hard and long, I deserve retirement. They feel like they have done their productive part, and now it's up for the younger generation to carry on. It is as if they're oblivious to the needs for help in the world. It is like the gift of years has been perverted into a self-indulging, self-centered waste of a human life, with all the gifts and skills and talents and tools forgotten, gone into oblivion, regarded as trash. And the fact that there is the fact that there is still freaking amazing, miraculous life on earth is meaningless, except for self-pleasuring. In the words of that most famous social guru, Gary Vaynerchuk, what the, and I'm going to not say that word. In fact, I write this. I'm hoping I forget to edit that out of the book. Yes, it fires me up. I think about my own father. Dad took a golden handshake with the Southern California Automobile Association and retired when he was 60 years old. At 60 years old, I figured that with his gift of life, he had another 30 years and that he would live into his 90s. I thought, wow, this is great. Dad could get his real estate license and use those gifts and skills and talents and tools that he developed over the years and have a great career helping people buy, sell, investing in real estate. But he didn't. There's so much more meaning and significance that he could have squeezed out of life. Ways that he could have helped the world, our family. But that was his choice. So I ask myself, why did he choose not to keep on using his gifts, his skills, his talents, and his tools? The bottom line is, I don't know. I've talked to my mom about this, and she doesn't know either. It could have been the environment and the culture he grew up in. You know, work for 35 years, retire, and live out the rest of your life in leisure. It could have been many things, but I don't know. And I don't know what causes many people to abandon their gifts, their skills, and their talents, and their tools, and their gift of innovation. What I do know is that Dad's love and all the goodness of his life is not lost to an uncertainty that I have. I felt his love. Dad passed away in 1999. I still feel his love, and he speaks words of wisdom and encouragement to me to this very day. His gift of love for my mother, my brothers, and me is one of the greatest gifts that I have ever received. The whole truth is that not all retired people are so self-oriented that they can't see the needs of others. Many retired people use the resources of their retirement to fund their helping for the next 31.2 years. And there are millions of such people. One fine example of one who has used her 31.2 years and not succumbed to the culture's dictate to retire is Jackie Holmes, a Fresno person, who, in addition to sharing grandchildren with Jennifer and I, her youngest daughter, and our youngest son, married and produced 4 amazing granddaughters for us. She is a community organizer and an advocate for the poor in Fresno. Jackie was a probation officer for 20 years when her church group organized a trip to Georgia to learn more about Habitat for Humanity. While there, she met President Carter, who had embraced Habitat for Humanity and was an advocate for the group. Jackie caught the vision, and upon returning home, she set out to start a Habitat chapter in Fresno. And she did. That's when I first met her. This is before our children met. After 25 years working with Fresno County, Jackie found herself immersed in community organizing, helping people with life's basic need, home. These were exciting days of acquiring land and organizing volunteers and finding qualified families willing to pay with sweat equity and help build their own home. It was, for the families and for Jackie, a dream come true. Today, Habitat Fresno is a thriving entity in Fresno County, having organized thousands of people and built hundreds of homes for poor families who, without the help of Habitat for Humanity, may have never owned a home. Each story of every home is an amazing story of people helping people, changing lives. Community organizing is very challenging. The politics of organizations can be tricky. And Jackie lost her leadership role at Habitat. This is where Jackie's story takes a turn. Jackie also has the gift of anti-fragility. And the gift of anti-fragility is the chapter just ahead of this chapter, which is a common yet amazing phenomenon. Losing her role with Habitat Fresno was a huge loss for Jackie. Her vibrant community of change making, that which she poured her heart and soul, was gone. And in spite of the loss, which should not be minimized, Jackie plugged along, helping people here and there, organizing groups and venturing into other nonprofits. A person of deep faith, she trusted that she would use her gifts, skills, talents, and tools in some meaningful ways. One dark place in Fresno is called Sin City. It's a community of multifamily housing units near Fresno State University. It was originally designed so that students could live near the school. The area is notorious now for crime, drugs, and poverty. Jackie purchased one of the dilapidated multifamily units, transforming it into a safe, decent housing, and started renting to felons who, because of their criminal history, have a difficult time finding housing. Jackie had worked with felons while a probation officer, and those skills were still resident in her. She's part of a coalition of others who are working to transform Sin City into a safe community, free from its reputations of the past. Now, Jackie is fully immersed in a new kind of community organizing. It's a new way of life for Jackie, and she continues to use her gifts, her skills, her talents, and her tools, even her home-finding gifts, honed and developed over the years of training and raw life experience long after retirement. Oh, the stories that Jackie has cataloged about her wonderful and amazing experiences. One story Jackie told me is about an older Syrian couple, refugees from their ancestral home, who desperately needed housing. A dentist called Jackie, saying that he knew of this older Syrian couple who had recently lost their housing and needed a new home. But homes are rare for felons, and Jackie prefers to reserve those precious homes for felons. Nevertheless, since there was an open apartment, she offered housing to the Syrian couples for just a few weeks until they could find housing. When the Syrian couple moved in, they quickly established themselves as part of the community, even with a language barrier. They were warm, caring people, reaching out and helping their neighbors. They even made homemade yogurt for their felon neighbors. The dentist was so appreciative of Jackie's hospitality that he offered her free dental work. Jackie didn't need it, but there was one of her tenants whose face was swollen with a tooth infection. The dentist gladly offered his service and helped the man. The couple fit in so well, were mature and hospitable, so Jackie asked them to stay there and become part of the little community. That's a great story. While Jackie was telling me this wonderful story, she mentioned that she had a new administrative assistant, a social worker, a recent graduate of Fresno State, a smart young man, and a great fit for her team. He would soon be starting his Master's of Social Work program. Jackie told me that he had just discovered that he is the son of one of the Habitat for Humanity families that had been helped and secured a home. Imagine that. The seeds of her Habitat days had brought forth fruit to help her in this new and exciting venture. Such is the magical life of Jackie Holmes, one who refused to retire, who has the gift of anti-fragility and has taken advantage of her gift of years to help people. Do you think Jackie Holmes enjoys meaning and significance in life? Now, if this is what is called retirement, then I'm 100% for it. Don't waste your gift of years in self-centered leisure. Use your acquired gifts, skills, talents, and tools to help someone and help change the world. Can you imagine the ripple effect of Jackie's life? There's no doubt her gift of years, her impact will extend into the future. I'm Brian Martin, and I just read to you from my book, Eternity is the E in Love, Experiencing Meaning and Changing the World with the Power of Love. I just read you the chapter, The Gift of Life. It's good seeing you. I hope that you'll come again, and please enjoy the book. Take care now. Bye-bye.